Oh, and Jeremy Brown takes a tumble and lands on his side. Tough break for Jeremy Brown, making his debut in short course in that car. Tough break for Jeremy Brown. They've got a great team. They'll be able to get it back going together, hopefully. But it is JP Gomez, followed closely by Darian, and then Marcos and James Mahoney. This course is tricky. It's taken some competitors out there. So hopefully we can get Jeremy Brown righted off course and hands down. So it is JP Gomez with 1:50. Darian Gomez with 1:52. How far back is Marcos Gomez? There he is with a 2:01, followed closely by James Mahoney with a 2:01. So Marcos and Mahoney have identical laps right here, and JP Gomez and Darian out front running strong. It's a great race thus far, and it is only getting started. So we are here and racing for the 4400 prelim number 2. There is Jeremy Brown that is on his side, so the yellow flags are out. And we got Pam Hall here in the booth for a little bit. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Miles. This has been a great day so far out here. The weather's absolutely beautiful as well. But, yeah, Brown taking that tumble.
Oh, a bad tumble. I hate seeing that for him. You've been running around doing a bunch of social media, keeping everything honest there. So thanks for keeping us up. It takes a team effort to bring it all together.
Yes, and again, the weather out here, the rain a couple days ago made it absolutely beautiful. But this right now, everyone's saying this is the Gomez show right now because we have all 3 that are registered to race in this prelim. So
yeah.
I just went walking through the spotters area, and it's like all Gomez.
Oh, yeah, they're here to party. And James Mahoney's in the mix. Jeremy Brown was in the mix, but now his prelim is obviously over. But JP was our pole setter yesterday and is out front running strong, staying out in front of his nephew, Darian Flacco Gomez.
Exactly, going off the starting line with them 1 and 2. And then Jeremy Brown, nailed it, went through that rock section, got in that number 2 spot, but may have been pushing it a little too hard.
Oh,
look at this.
Darian Gomez got around JP. I missed that.
Exactly.
So Darian Gomez is out front in front of JP. I wish I could have saw that on camera. I missed it. What a great run from Darian Gomez. How far or how hard is JP going to push? And you know their radio chatter right now is going off the hook. Exactly. This is a 5-lap race. 3 laps to go, and out front, Darian Gomez followed closely by JP.
I mean, and there's such a gap right now between JP and then Marcos, and you got Marcos and James. They're going at it for that number 3 and 4 position, but there is quite a gap. So Darian and JP have just checked out of this prelim as they're making their way through that lovely rock section that's been
the Brannick Boulders. I love that part.
Brannick Boulders has been a challenging rock section this week, and that is for sure.
Oh, it's taken some toll on a few of our racers out there. And look at Darian Gomez and JP. They are flying. Oh, there is a yellow flag. Oh, that's for Jeremy Brown still as they head up the PCI Gunite section. So Jeremy Brown is righted, I believe.
Looks like they still have him going a little bit slow, probably pulling him off. He is righted up, Miles.
He is on all 4s, but not completely off course. So now it's wide open racing. And look at this, JP. Let's follow this because there is opposite rhythm sections coming up right here at the NorCal rhythm section. And they stay nose to tail. So Darian and JP right here in the mix. And remember, this comes down to strategy, Pam. How hard do you push it in the prelim? Because you want to make it to the main healthy.
Exactly, 100% on that. Miles, talking about that rhythm section back there, that's always a catchy area because we have seen people passing that section
as
well.
And they're opposite rhythms. So when one's going up, the other's going down, and it's crazy. And it looks like 2 laps to go, and JP is all over the back of Darian Gomez as they head into the Metal Cloak Rock section, and he gives them a little love tap heading in there. Is he going to try to turn out? Nope. Catches a rock. So JP and Darian are 1-2 battling strong, and then Marcos Gomez and James Mahoney are nose to tail 3-4. Looks like they're going through the rock section side by side. Marcos pulls them out.
I don't know if JP has a flat. It kind of looks like he might have a driver rear flat because he had a little bit of a gap. But this is going to be a tire game, I think, as well, because all day long I've seen people coming off the course.
Have you? Okay, well, that's
right rear flat.
That's awesome having you in there, getting all that information as well. And look at that, Marcos Gomez and that IFS IRS. And what is that? Independent front suspension and independent rear suspension on Marcos's black UFO right there. The built by Joe Thompson. Some of the nicest vehicles in Ultra 4 that race King of the Hammers down in Baja and everything. And one guy we're missing is Paul Wolf out here and his UFO. Him and Lauren Healy put on a show last year, and I definitely miss seeing both of those out here for this event.
Yeah, I bet you they're both missing being here as well, because this is such a fun course. People love this course being the short course that it is. Being short course, people think it's easy, and I know I've said this before, but it really isn't. I mean, when you throw the rocks in and all these tight turns and these jumps, it's definitely not an easy course. But as we are watching, that is the area where we had some rollovers yesterday. But here we have the white flag, I believe, is coming out.
White flag is out for Darian Gomez, followed closely by JP. Darian had a 1 minute 43 second lap. JP had a 1:46. So is JP taking it easy, or is he going to turn it up on this last lap? We are about to find out. Darian Gomez driving an identical car to his uncle JP Gomez, 1 and 2.
You know, I thought that JP might have had a driver rear flat, but I don't possibly see that. It might be flat, but it looks like he's taking a little easy. So I'm not sure if he has something going on, or like you're saying, Miles, being conservative just to make it to the main event.
I think there's a little bit of strategy going right now. Well, maybe not. Look at JP. He's there letting Darian know that he's ready to party. So Darian Gomez and JP, 1 and 2. Chasing. Oh, he took that corner a little inside. And I know the whole Gomez crew is either here on site or back home watching and having some fun.
Yeah, he's definitely not letting him get too far out of sights, because also, what if Darian's pushing it and, you know, not knowing what might be going on behind him and make a mistake himself? And then that opens the door right up for JP.
That can always happen. So Darian Gomez and JP Gomez, 1-2. And then it's Marcos Gomez and James Mahoney, 3-4. And then poor Jeremy Brown took that tumble early. He had a great start to the race. And then, hey, racing happens.
Exactly.
It was going great until it wasn't.
The good old racing sayings. I guess that's actually race life sayings. But as we're watching Darian Gomez make his way around.
Voici Hello Select, une serrure qui offre une compatibilité transparente avec la maison intelligente, avec des fonctionnalités.
1.5 second splits, 1 and 2. Darian Gomez and JP Gomez.
And
so
go ahead, sorry.
How far back is Marcos Gomez and James Mahoney? They should be pretty close to each other as well. They were running a pretty tight race.
And watching JP come off the course just now, it actually didn't look like he had a flat, so it just kind of probably just really hard on it in those certain turns. And
it is Marcos Gomez grabbing that third position just in front of James Mahoney.
So what is the time split? That was quite a gap out there on course.
Looks like it was about 10 seconds or so. So that was a great run by Darian and JP, followed closely by Marcos and James Mahoney. And then we know Jeremy Brown took that tumble. Hopefully he can get it fixed. There's going to be a lot of action in the main pit right now as we kind of regroup. We are going to take a lunch break, do a little bit of track maintenance. But Pam, what a great day it's been. Kind of give us a rundown on how your day's been going.
It's been really good, Miles. Out there, it's really fun because I know you like to do this at King of the Hammers, go out into the pits and get the stories.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I've kind of been doing, except doing it for social today. And it's been a blast getting to talk to the drivers and see their strategies and what's going on. I mean, I was over there when Goodall was changing out their torque converter, got some video of that. Just seeing the struggles that the drivers are going through and the crew are going through as well. I mean,
but their never quit attitude,
yes.
I absolutely love it. They're here to make it happen. It's a lot of commitment to get here. And then you have an issue, you figure it out.
Exactly. And the teams that are coming together, I mean, literally in the pits, they're walking over and asking other teams, do you have this part or do you have this tool? And everybody's just helping everybody out, because what is the old saying as well in racing? You don't want to beat them in the pits, you want to beat them on the track.
Oh, 100%.
So you're going to help them to get to that green flag and get them to that checker if you can.
And the Ultra 4 USA family with the NorCal Rock Racing family, that's what it's all about. Like you said, everybody's there to help. If you got a part, you can have it. How much is it? I don't care. We'll figure that out later. Get it on your car. Let's go racing, and let's have some fun. Gomez brought extra parts, and who was it? It was Brendan Thompson last night. We were talking with Goodall. He's like, yeah, I got a torque converter coming up. He's like, I got one in my shop. He's like, yeah, I got the long snout. He's like, I can weld the new snout on there and make it for it. He's like, well, they're already on their way. Let me put that in my back pocket. But they're eating tacos talking about it, and they're there to help. So I love it.
I love it. I do love like all of the teams that do come together, and we always say that, Miles. It's like one big happy family. I add happy in there, but you can't be super happy when you're trying to work on your car. But it's all one big family, and it truly is. And again, seeing it happen and going, on in the pits all day long, and yesterday as well, it's just been awesome to see. And just I love talking to the drivers and getting their stories like you do as well. And again, this race weekend has been amazing. We started off with some pretty heavy winds the other day,
and some rain,
and then rain, and then today it's absolutely beautiful. So I don't think the racers and the spectators could ask for anything better.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we have a little bit of a break in the action, so we're going to take a quick little lunch break. We aren't going to. We'll be back racing, so don't go anywhere. Well, I guess go somewhere right now, but be ready to come back. So while we have a little bit of a break in the action, we're going to take a quick break and have more racing. The main events will be coming up here very shortly. So come back and see us.
Since 1963, the name Mickey Thompson has been synonymous with pushing boundaries and gaining traction where others dare not venture. Mickey Thompson Tires and Wheels.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
Hey, check, no,
Strap didn't break. Take a picture of that for Bert.
okay, go ahead. He's gonna do it.
Yeah?
We'll see if that'll work.
Yeah?
I didn't want to be sitting here and that's me go, okay. Hey, you stop this fucking car. Be careful with that spring right there in your face.
Just taking some advertising for Bert.
Oh, yeah.
That tap there, that road on there, dude, that wasn't. It's like a different side. Yeah. What you want? They're just going right now.
Oh, well. Try to get as close as you can. We'll back it into the mechanic. We're going to work on it. You can push me. That'd be great. Yeah. All right, guys, going down. Come in. Come on, Eddie.
Trying to get that one out of the fucking tire. Want to hold the other one up while you load it?
Let's try one more time, Eddie.
Which that's why we're trying to keep it off the tire.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah. Jordy, can we unload that spring before?
No.
Yeah.
Back up. Back up. Grab his side. Go up. Up.
Coil was
Let's pull it.
Grab whatever tool.
Yeah, back that coil over. Get that lower off.
Whatever. You know, there's one that's like a 12 point. It might be like a 5/8 or a 9/16.
Will that wheel drop down anymore and let this spring come out?
Yeah, I wonder if this.
That more shit go too far. So we can just push the rod back in. Yeah, that would be. We got something to stick it in so we can push the rod back in the shop.
You can stick your finger there.
No, we got some suit. Not full.
They got the yellow strap out of the trailer.
There's one out
A
here.
wrench would do it. You stick a wrench in there and you find that fucker back up.
As he lets him down real slow. Don't go down easy.
Hey, heads up, down a little bit. No,
Hold on. careful holding.
Yeah, get that out of there.
Wasn't training fluid, it was shock fluid.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Watch out, you guys. Watch out.
Careful behind you.
Hold on. Try. It was good until it wasn't. We're going to reevaluate and see what we can do here. Yeah, so let's give us a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's all 2x4s and stuff. Stay over there. Is it a neutral?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch out.
Don't stand by that tire, guys.
Go ahead.
Push.
Yeah, go ahead, push tire.
Where's the steering wheel? Where's the fucking steering wheel? Where's the steering? Hang on.
Hold on.
This tire is buckling.
You have to push towards me.
Right.
Or actually, that one's hooked up. Use the wheel.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
ready?
the one.
Push it.
Okay.
Yo. All right, watch out. Let him in.
Oh, let him in. Watch behind you. Watch behind you. He's going to push it in.
Oh, is he? All right. What is this? Yeah!
Cage looks fine. I know. No, that was Jeremy's part. Mine was the front half. One up front and that one. Probably still recording out there somewhere. Shitty air filter services. Right. These are just pictures. That one's still on. Power's still on the car. That one's still on. The power's still on. I don't know why the power's still on. The power's off.
Since 1963, the name Mickey Thompson has been synonymous with pushing boundaries and gaining traction where others dare not venture. Mickey Thompson Tires and Wheels.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
At about mile 45 to 50, I start noticing I'm losing speed and I'm not sure why. I quickly find that my fuel pressure is down a bit. This is causing me to hit a top speed of 50 to 54 miles an hour, all while I'm trying to call out race miles so that the crew know where I am and how far out I am from pit. Oddly enough, I call out race mile 54 and look at my speedometer and I'm doing 54 miles an hour. Laugh out loud. Why does your brain pay attention to things like that? I quickly change fuel pumps and notice that I'm able to kick it up to about 75 miles an hour. But then it starts to drop off. I get on the radio and start calling out, hoping the pit crew could hear me. I receive no response, but keep calling out the issue about every 5 to 10 minutes. The issue begins to get worse. My speed only reaching about 40 miles an hour. This is so frustrating, knowing that the car can do much better. I finally make it to pit. The crew immediately get to work. They confirmed my suspicion and found the fuel filters were clogged. Luckily, Keith made sure we had spares. The guys slap them in and I take a jug of fuel and on I go. Immediately outside the pits, we have a race car again. Let's go. We got time to make up. From here, it's just desert and this car loves it. Keeping to lap 1, passing resolution, making sure not to take it, as that is lap 2's turn off. I see dust up ahead, which means there's a car somewhere close. This gives me a target to aim for. Chase them down with speed. If they have gone that path, you know it is safe. Well, that was the thought. Laugh my butt off. If you haven't seen the 3 different perspectives on the pass, please dig further into our social media recently and you will see it. Feeling great about the car, I quickly make it around short bus and into the short course where I stop for more fuel. The car is feeling great. The crew make haste with the pit stop. As I'm sitting there, I start working on the GPS. Damn, I forgot to push the right button for the lead nav to automatically call out the markers we had set. Back out I go. Lap 1 is complete. I'm feeling great about the car. GPS is working. The suspension is working. I have clean air, no dust or cars in front of me. Just doing what it is we set out to do for so many months. I'm clicking along out in the desert, doing about 75 to 80 miles an hour, as that is my legitimate comfort zone. I start noticing yellow and red flashing on the dash. This is not normal. I immediately slow down and start paying attention. Damn it, it's the oil pressure. This can't be good. I slow the car to about 30 miles an hour, closely watching the oil pressure. I could play with the speed and keep it to about 26 psi, the lowest being 11. If the RPMs are just right, I can maintain 24 to 26 psi. This issue started around race mile 30. This made for a long 30-mile journey to pit 2. Made it to the pit and the guys immediately get to checking the car. We find that we are low on oil. They give the car what it needs. Oil pressure is up. We have a race car again. I confirm with Cody that lap 2 is acknowledged into the GPS and that I'm going into the rocks. It's kind of scary to admit, but I'm not scared nor intimidated by the rock trails. To me, this is funner than the desert. You get to push and squeeze a 5,000-pound machine through canyons that 90% of the world would not even imagine trying to conquer on foot, let alone in a vehicle.
Since 1963, the name Mickey Thompson has been synonymous with pushing boundaries and gaining traction where others dare not venture. Mickey Thompson Tires and Wheels.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
Yeah, hi you guys. My name is Jeremy Brown. Just finished King of the Hammers 2025, and just want to kind of give you a quick recap of some of the highlights that happened. Lined up, some of the main worries that I had was, the biggest one was GPS. I stepped into a single-seater car this year, coming over from having a phenomenal season from the 4800 class, and now stepping into the 4400 class. I didn't have a co-pilot this year, so that was a huge part of a huge learning curve that I'd wrap my head around. So that was my number one concern, was the GPS working correctly. The other things that are the worries that are going through your head at that time are going to be, are your fans working? Are they ready to go? Are your harnesses nice and tight? Is just the GPS going to work correctly? That was a big worry. Another one that I had was, you're supposed to line up in a certain order, and want to make sure that I'm in the right spot going up to the starting line. So that was a big deal as well. There's a lot going in your head as you're approaching that starting line. So truth be told, the gap jump, the earlier races that the other the other classes raced, they had the gap jump in place. So they didn't handle the gap jump too well, a few of them. So for the 4400 race, they actually took away the gap jump. Okay, it was there for us during qualifying, and I actually went around it during qualifying for the simple fact that I was having engine issues, not necessarily engine issues, but the fuel pump issues. So I went around it during that time. But for the actual race, they had sent the officials down the line telling us that the gap jump had been eliminated. So they actually pushed dirt into the gap jump, filling it in. So we didn't have to worry about it. But even still, the jump was still there. They just filled the gap in, so it was a double jump. See, we're used to the short course here, and they normally have a gap jump every other race or so. And regardless of the gaps there, the gap is just it's a head game. Regardless, it's a double jump. So whether the gap's there or not, it shouldn't matter as a racer. You shouldn't be thinking about it unless you're having a car issue. In my opinion, that's how I look at a gap jump. It's not a big deal. For the guys that have never been on such a jump, I can see where that would mess with them. Because I think back to my first time approaching the gap jump, and I was like, what are these guys thinking? And it wasn't that big a deal. Approaching jackhammer, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught in the live feed, but you actually see jackhammer coming from a little bit of a distance. And for me as a driver, I'm looking 400, 500, 600 yards ahead, if not a little more, to kind of anticipate on what my next move is. It's funny how the human brain works, because you're constantly computing what your next move is, especially out there on such a dangerous course. So anyways, come up to Jack as I'm following my buddies in the green car. It's the Adirondack team, and I'm trying to watch what everybody's doing up ahead as I'm doing the rock crawling stuff leading to it, and I see everybody's having a hard time. So my buddies Chris and Justin are going through it, and as they are, I'm trying to keep a safe distance. And in the meantime, there was, I don't remember, there was a good 4 or 5 cars down there, and a few of them were already, they were kind of blocking the lines. Well, in rock crawling, we call it the lines, And so you got to try to look for alternative lines to make it around them safely, and so you can continue to hit the course. And there wasn't many lines to choose from once I got through there. But Chris and Justin ended up getting hung up, so I stuck around to try to give them a hand. And in the meantime, I ended up getting stuck by, it's called bellying out. So I bellied out, and therefore I had no traction. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to jump out of the car, and I'm going to give Chris and Justin a hand, because they were hung up. And I jump out to go give, Justin's out of his car because Chris has a co-pilot. Chris is the driver, Justin is the co-pilot. I jump out to give them a hand and help them run the lines, because it's a lot of work. What the viewer doesn't see is how extreme the obstacle is, okay? And the live feed is great, but we're working on trying to give you guys perspective on the live feed. So that's a project we're working on the side. Anyhow, you're on a hillside and you're out of breath. I believe King of the Hammers is like 3,000 foot elevation or something like that. So you're kind of in the foothills, if you will. So you really have to, prepare yourself for this race. I helped get the Adirondack team unstuck, got them moving, and then we worked on getting myself unstuck. So I jumped my car, and Chris and Justin ran my winch line to get me unstuck. All the while, keep in mind, there's cars going by. There's cars crawling over my car. I don't know if you guys could see that on the live feed, but they're crawling, over my tire. I think one of them even went over my hood or whatever. And honestly, that's what makes King of the Hammer so great, is the fact that we're that close and we're using each other for traction. And it's not in a bad way. Everyone that signs up for this race understands that that's a possibility. And truthfully speaking, you know, the other driver's supposed to give you a heads up, and I had already told the driver before he approached my car that, you know, go ahead and do what you got to do, kind of thing. It's not, to me, it's not a big deal. Anyhow, so yeah, that was quite the obstacle. And then as I get unstuck and I'm approaching the waterfall, or the throat, if you will, which is the hard part, everybody's getting stuck, there's another team that was up that had just made it past that, and they were stuck. So that driver came down asking if I'd give him a hand. Well, you know, I'm already behind a bit, so I figure, you know, what's a few more minutes? So I told him, so yeah, get your winch line ready. By the time I get to you, I'll give you a hand real quick. So, and he did exactly that. So by the time I got up there, it's a very hard waterfall to where you want to make sure you get your front wheels up, and then, you know, you got to keep in mind, these cars are, you know, 5,000 pounds, you know, 5,500 pounds, so they're putting a lot of stress on the equipment. So once I got the front wheels up there, he grabbed my winch line just as we planned, and he attached my winch line to his car. We got him unstuck because I was in position. Keep in mind, all this takes time, okay? You're racing, you're trying not to move too fast, you're trying to make all the right moves. At the same time, you don't want to break your equipment. This was somewhat early in the game. This was lap 2, and we still had good 70% of lap 2 to go, plus all of lap 3 still to go. So it's really, again, it's really a head game, a strategy on how you treat your equipment so early on in the race. So anyhow, we ended up getting him unstuck, and then I winched to him to get my car up and over, and we put everything back to reeled the winch in and continued on with the race. And that's how we handled Jackhammer. All in all, I think I was stuck in Jackhammer, I want to say 30 to 45 minutes maybe. And I'll tell you, the spectators that were there, once we got down there, I did not expect the spectators. I mean, I would venture to say when we were, you know, winching the Adirondack team out and stuff like that, you know, there was a point where I got exhausted. I actually had to, you know, sit down for a moment and catch my breath. And I looked up, and there was just a wall of spectators up there. I mean, Dave did a great job on creating the spectator points. I mean, I would say there was a solid 2,000 people there on the sidelines, just, you know, rooting everybody on and hooting and hollering and, you know, things like that. It was great. I mean, you got to kind of expect that pressure. It was honestly a good time. That was the fun part. You know, that is another thing. You know, I tried like heck to get the Adirondack team to continue on, but their winch had failed. And, you know, they're my friends. I didn't want to see them, you know, get left behind. I was fully prepared to help them traverse through everything and to track on. And that was a difficult part, but we did get them unstuck, so that's good. Getting into King of the Hammers, and an opportunity came about to jump into the 4,400 class. So I had originally came from the 4,400 class back with my first official race car, and we had a great time. My buddy Mike, we had a really good time in the car, and after that we took a couple years off and came back, and I jumped into the 4,800 class, which is a class lower than that. The 4,400 class is a very competitive class. In my opinion, the 4,800 class is still competitive, don't get me wrong. That class is a lot of fun. It really, truly is. But the jumping into the 4,400 class, or we decided that coming off of a great season, the 4,800 class, for me as a driver, I wanted to be able to, you know, test my limits and be able to contend with the Ultra 4 drivers. Push the edge, you know, be in the unlimited class, whether it's horsepower and bigger size tires, just an overall better car as far as the class goes. That's what. So anyhow, so we kept coming off the great season. An opportunity came about, and I seen a car that went up for sale, and I said, "Oh, what if this was opportunity?" And I made a couple phone calls actually, and ended up talking to Randy Rod at Jimmy's 4x4. And about the car that he had for sale. And fast forward a week, and my son-in-law and I are taking a trip to Nevada to pick the car up. So we, after talking it over with my family and the team, we decided to go ahead and jump into the 4,400 class and switching it up a little bit and getting the car is a single seat car, so no longer a co-pilot passenger seat. As a matter of fact, this car has no passenger seat. You can never add a passenger seat to this car, so it brings a whole nother dynamic to this race. That means everything's 100% on me as the driver, and I now have to come to terms with being the navigator. Yeah, so that's quite the obstacle they had to overcome. Yeah, so now we're back in the 4,400 class in a single seat IFS. Oh, that's another thing that changed too, was the both cars that we came from was a solid axle car. And anyone that's into the racing knows we all know there's a big difference, but I had no idea that these guys in the IFS cars had been cheating for so many years using the independent front suspension cars. The ride quality, the way the car handles is 100% different than the straight axle cars. So it's for the good. So I'm excited to see how this car is going to challenge my abilities as a driver, because I'm still out there having a good time with my buddies. That's why I got a room full here now with them. What I'm most proud of after King of the Hammers, honestly, I gotta say, without getting emotional or shedding a tear here, I'm proud of the team. I mean, that was the team, the support from being on the lake bed. I don't think the average person out there that's into the sport realizes what it takes to get to the lake bed. I mean, literally, just to get to the lake bed as a spectator, and just to get there on that is great. Let alone to get a whole race team there and have so many people there to support us. Whether we are at main pit or we're at pit 2 out in the middle of the desert or wherever it is, just I'm so proud of these guys to want to make the trip, and for 2 to support, honestly, my bad habit, which is this off-road sport. They all pretty much in one way or another got bit by the off-road bug as well. So they're kind of
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to go wheeling tomorrow actually. Yep, and we're a week before our next race. I mean, as far as the next video, I mean, I would love to do this. If this was the setting and my pals are here with me and we're drinking a couple of these twisted teas here, this could be easy. But if you catch me on a weekday in this office, when I'm doing my work stuff, it's gonna be tough to get me to do a video. But I'd love to be able to bring more of this to you guys. Truth be told, I think it's gonna depend on the feedback we get from this video. I mean, honestly, it's the words of encouragement is what keeps me going. Truth be told, when I do my race recaps after every race, I try to give perspective as a reader, right? I want to try to make sure that the reader, or even on the live feed, I want to make sure that they are staying engaged. I want to make sure that they can see or understand or read the perspective. Okay, I want them to imagine themselves in the driver's seat. So after I do those race recaps and just the few, and actually there's quite many now, words of encouragement that I get, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or actually I take it back, Facebook, that's what keeps me going. To know that people actually enjoy reading the race caps, or in this case, watching the videos and seeing this and hearing this, that's definitely what's going to keep us going, honestly, because then I know there's a need for that. And I have no problem sharing my story. I love to chat. I really do, especially when I have such a passion for this off-road industry. All right. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and checking out this recording, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers. Thumbs up, fellas. Good times.
Since 1963, the name Mickey Thompson has been synonymous with pushing boundaries and gaining traction where others dare not venture. Mickey Thompson Tires and Wheels.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Been out there having fun doing what he loves. But Darian's not letting up on him.
No, he got around him.
To pull away.
No, JP got around him.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh,
JP
yeah.
got around Darian.
Yeah, and then you got 23 and 24 NorCal champions right behind them.
There we go, and Marcos Gomez. So it's a Gomez sweep on this 10-lap race right now. They're only on lap number 2 of 10. This is a 1.5-mile lap, and they are through the Brannock Boulders. And look at Brendan Thompson and James Mahoney battling. And then it's Chuck Crossland and Cole Johnson battling as well. Kirk Jensen still moving strong. Tough break for Jeremy Brown, getting out of the race so early. Hate to hear that for him. Ken Goodall blew another engine. Tough break. And look at the Freight Factory finger right there. We got a battle between JP Gomez and Darian Gomez, and JP gives him a little bit of a roost. So we had a lap time of a 1:51 of JP. His qualifying run is a 1:48. So he's still pushing strong. And it's still JP 1, Darian 2, but Darian's trying to stick a nose in. Yeah. And JP shuts the door. They're going to bonsai through the metal cloak rocks. This is what it's all about.
Darian's got the inside.
Had the inside, but JP shuts the door. Uh-oh, that right rear may have been wiggling a little bit. Maybe it was just a dust mark. I'd hate to see one of those Nittos go out on them. They're pushing strong out front. So it's 1 JP, 2 Darian.
Chuck got around Mahoney.
Nice.
Oh, no, Brendan just got back around everybody.
Okay. Right there in the metal
battles
coat rocks. We got battles all over this race course.
I think Chucky's still racing with 37, so he's definitely a disadvantage.
Single shock, 37-inch DOT tire, but 1,200 horsepower. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know all about turbos. You love those things.
Oh, yeah. Everyone likes to whistle.
Oh, yeah. If there's a turbo under the hood, it's time to party.
Oh, people making moves out there.
Oh, yeah. And there is action all over this race course. And if it could be, look at this. Cody Addington, I missed that, moves into 3rd position.
Yeah.
So it's JP 1, Darian Gomez 2, Cody Addington 3, James Mahoney 4, Chuck Crossland in the top 5. But Brendan Thompson, Cole Johnson, Kirk Jensen, and Marcos Gomez are all in the mix. Marcos is a little bit off pace, not sure what happened with him. As we're back in the Freight Factory finger, it's still JP Gomez up front and Dario Gomez breathing down his neck. And JP clicks off another 150 lap. Consistency is key from JP Gomez. And Darian decides to follow him through the rocks this time. We got the Believe cam down, changing batteries. We'll bring him back up as soon as we can, because what a race we have. And here it is. It is Brendan Thompson who moves into third. Where is Cody Addington? There he is. So Brendan Thompson gets around Addington, and James Mahoney does as well. So now it's JP Gomez, Darian Gomez, Brendan Thompson, James Mahoney, and Cody Addington. Followed closely by Cole Johnson and Chuck Crossland. What a race we have, John.
We're not even halfway.
No doubt. This is a 10-lap race, so they're on their third. 7 laps to go. We see Jeremy Brown that pulled off early. Hate to see that for him. He got that car just before KOH, so he's still learning it. He'll get it back in the shop and make it happen. And there's Kirk Jensen running those ORI struts. Some amazing shock technology out there. Have you been around those ORI
We couldn't do this
stuff?
5 years ago.
No, nope. 100% couldn't.
Even the static cameras are getting the shot.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Carlos with Take It Live has been out there making it happen. Hammer King Production bringing it to the fans. So it's still JP out front, getting ready to pass his brother Marcos. We'll see how it shakes out. JP Gomez passes Marcos Gomez in the Metal Cloak Rocks. And now is that going to slow down Darian? No, it doesn't. Marcos knows they're there. He pulls around and lets them go by and let them battle it out. What a great race we have here for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. And it looks like JP is turning up. He just threw down a minute 48 lap, and so did Darian. So, man, they're throwing down.
They got a long way to go. Everyone thinks 10 laps on a short course isn't very long until you start doing it.
Until you're wide open. I mean, you're just completely wide open. Oh, Cole Johnson has a left rear flat tire, so I assume he'll head into the hot pits. Tough break for him.
Yeah, I always struggle making lap counts because I'm scared of taking away racing seat time from the guys. But like,
but when
laps,
you're wide
laps,
open, those
laps,
engines get mad.
Oh yeah. You know, there's nowhere to really give up and let the motor rest. You
No,
run the whole
I mean,
race.
you can kind of let up in the rocks, but then the suspension's taking a beating.
I don't
So
think
you're not letting up.
if you're winning, I don't think you're letting
exactly. You're going as fast as you can and giving the car what it'll take. Old Chucky's still singing along. Oh, a little puff of smoke off the back of his. But it looks like everything's still good with old Chuck Crossland. Stepping up from the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Heading up the PCI Gunite section. And there's onboard with Chuck Crossland.
Literally is jumping the gunite. It's insane.
It's crazy what they're doing. And JP and Darian clicked off lap number 5. So we are at the halfway mark for the 4,400 main event. I
love this time of the year. Everything's green.
Oh,
Track's
we've
all
said
cut
that a
out.
bunch. Yeah. You can see the track perfect. It's all brown. The luscious green grass. It's beautiful here in Rancho Cordova in Northern California at the Prairie City SVRA for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. And I know Mattson with Metal Cloaks back home sick, but I'm sure he's tuned in. We just talked to his buddy Justin up here about Metal Cloak, and what a great relationship they've had with you guys up here at the Stampede for such a long time.
Yeah, they've been huge. So they've been a huge supporter of us from the very beginning, and they stay on board every year and support us. It's been amazing.
It's been a great relationship, and it's only getting bigger and better as we're following our leaders, number 1 and 2, JP Gomez and Darian Gomez. But Brendan Thompson is right there in that third, James Mahoney in 4th, Cody Addington in 5th, Chuck Crossland in 6th, then it's Cole Johnson, Kirk Jensen, Marcos Gomez, and we know Jeremy Brown was out on lap number 1. There's Kirk Jensen right there in that ORI factory racing machine to see IFS Jimmy's car.
Chucky's trying to make some moves.
He's in the mix, battling out with Cody Addington. That's a straight axle car trying to hang with the IFF. You can see him getting a little squirrely there. He must have had the turbos pulled up a little too much.
All the horsepower.
All of it. And here's they jump up the PCI Gunite. They just make it look like a gravel road. It's not.
It's not by any
I've
means.
walked up that thing. I don't even want to drive up the Defender.
Yeah.
I'd drive yours up, but not mine.
Yeah, that's fine. Rental.
And they launch down the step down, sorry.
Yeah. We built a little tamer course this year. We got some weather coming in. We got everything put back for the state, so it's safe. And our building was a little restricted, so we can get it all torn down and cleaned up. But it's still racing very well.
It's still a fun course. And look at the battle we have. What a great day. Brendan Thompson just heads out for lap number 7 of 10. And James Mahoney's not too far back, so 3rd and 4th is a pretty good battle. I'd love to catch back up with 1st and 2nd with JP Gomez and Darian Gomez. We'll see them here just a little bit. There's Chuck Crossland. And Cole Johnson, he must have changed that tire. That was a quick tire change for them.
Yeah, we got a yellow flag in the Trials Rocks somewhere.
Uh-oh, and the Brannick Boulders, somebody's having issues. I don't see it. Oh, I think in the trees somebody's rolled over.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it is. That may have been Kirk Jensen if I can see through the trees.
I don't think that's part of the course.
Yeah. So we'll see where JP and Darian come into play. We should see them coming into screen here very shortly. Oh, and there he flew by. So JP Gomez still out front, but Darian Gomez is not letting up. And they just ran 2 identical laps of a 151 within a half second of each other. Crazy driving by JP and Darian Gomez with Gomez Brothers Racing 1 and 2. So it could be a UFO sweep with Brendan Thompson in the mix. What a great run. We saw him take out those K-rails during his prelim, and he took a hard hit, didn't he, John?
Oh, yeah. All these guys push so hard. Darian in his new car, so it's basically the triplet of the new twins.
Yeah, so all 3 of them, because Brendan Thompson's that same make.
That's the newer chassis, yeah.
Yep, yeah, so all 3 are brand new UFOs within the last year and a half.
Yeah, I think that's maybe like 3.0, I don't know, somewhere in there.
Joe Thompson's a mad scientist there at UFO Motorsports. And James Mahoney still comfortably in that 4th position. But he's about, looks like, I'm going to say 6 or 7 seconds behind Brendan Thompson. Cody Addington comfortably in 5th. Chuck Crossland in that 6th spot. And that puts Marcos Gomez in 7th. Cole Johnson in 8th. And we think that we saw Kirk Jensen rolled, but it looks like he got back in action. What a great race we have on our hands. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA and NorCal Rock Racing for the Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede is presented by Metal Cloak and brought to you by our official sponsors, Brannick Motorsports, PCI, NorCal Rock Racing, and by Warn Racing.
Man, Darian and JP are just going at it.
They are battling. They don't care if they take each other out. They're going for the win.
Oh, yeah. Darian wants to beat JP more than anything.
Oh, yeah. Look at him as they head into the Brannick Boulders. JP is holding off Darian, but Darian is hot on his heels, trying to give him a little love tap, but just can't quite catch him.
Raul's watching it somewhere around here.
Oh, with a huge smile.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen him yet this weekend.
Yeah, he's staying a little low-key. He's been in and out.
All right. But he's rooting on his son, Raul's rooting on his son, Darian, and hoping he breaks his little brother, JP. Yeah. But if they can keep the Gomez on 1 and 2 in the box, everybody's going to be happy. And there is Cody Addington sitting in that 5th position. So they're on their number 9 lap of 10. So next time around for JP and Darian Gomez will be the white flag.
We will get you ranked number 1 on Google Maps in 90 days or less, guaranteed. Hi, my name's Emily, and I've helped 2,000 local businesses.
But the race is still JP and Darian Gomez way out front, running away with it.
Lap traffic.
Lap traffic starting to get in the way, and JP Gomez has to get in there a little bit. And Rubbin is racing. Kirk Jensen's not giving up. And Darian takes the left line. JP on the preferred right, and JP's still out front. Yeah, that got a little bit of interest. Look, Marcos is now lap traffic.
So this is
white flag is out and flying for JP Gomez and Darian Gomez. How far back is Brendan Thompson? I think they've got like almost a minute lead over Brendan Thompson. That's insane.
And they're not slowing down.
No, they are giving it their all. And Darian's just eating at the bit right there. All over the back. JP's not giving them any slack.
No, he's not giving it up. You're going to earn it.
Yeah, we got to keep with this if we can, because JP Gomez and Darian, as they jump up the PCI gun out, what a great showing it is. So JP Gomez and Darian Gomez should be entering the Freight Factory Finger here in just a moment. They should come into screen, and there they are. And Darian's going to the inside, and he rolls it. No, he saves it. Yes, Darian Gomez bikes it, almost rolls, saves it. So it looks like JP Gomez is going to grab the win. What a great race it was. Chuck is down a tire. And here it is. Checkered flag flies for JP Gomez, a former King of the Hammers champion. And how far back is Darian? There he is. Even with that little showcase, it was only a 7-second lead. Absolutely amazing.
Insane.
Man, that last corner at the end of the finger where Darian stuck a nose in, maybe touched a tire, caught a rut, bicycled, drove out of it. That was awesome.
That was amazing. I was doing parking earlier today, and the finger had action all day.
It did. It was crazy. So how far back is Brendan Thompson? What a great race we had.
So dust looking like swing recovery maybe somewhere. Can't tell.
So JP Gomez wins the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede with his nephew Darian right behind him. So it is Gomez 1 and 2, Gomez Brothers Racing. And there it is, 3rd spot goes to Brendan Thompson. So it is a UFO sweep with James Mahoney, a prior Gomez car.
Yeah.
They own that one for a bit.
Prior to that, Faravani Sr.
Yep, Faravani Sr. has that number 44 that is retired with Ultra 4 USA. Great to see that car still out here racing with us. Well, John, that was an amazing showing of what Ultra 4 USA can do.
Yeah, this is that's what NorCal does up here, and it's an amazing race, and we got a whole lot of action packed for the rest of the year.
100%. It's been busy. I've been shouting out the schedule off and on all week. Make sure you go to ultra4usa.com and check out the entire season. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be busy.
Where we go next?
2 weeks we go to Crossbar Ranch. And then we head to, what's next?
2 weeks after that, we go to Moab.
Moab, Utah, yeah. And then Kentucky, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's on. It's online.
Yeah, then Kentucky.
Yeah, up there at Beach Bend. I'm super excited for the Joker to be during LS Fest. That's going to be a lot of eyes on us.
Yeah, our partnership with Holly and all the stuff we do for LS Fest West and East is going to be amazing. you know, the Central and East guys, they're really going to be fortunate to race in front of two huge crowds.
Yeah, Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House over Labor Day.
Yep.
That's going to be a big one. We're going to Sturgis, South Dakota during Bike Week. That's always fun.
And then, Beach Bend during LS Fest. I mean, they pull 40,000 people into that park.
That is insane. I just remember when it was just Ultra 4, and I felt like we had a lot of cars parked in there.
Oh, yeah.
But you were telling me, wait till LS Fest.
Oh, yeah, there's nowhere to park. So it's going to be fun. We're working on all that stuff behind the scenes.
And Chuck's 3 wheels on his wagon, but still pushing.
What is he doing?
He's doing Chuck things.
We call this Chuck Crossland 101.
Yeah, chucking it up. At least pushing pretty strong.
Recovery's already checked out, went home. Here's a Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. We get to go back to Badlands Off-Road Park for the Central Series. That's always a fun one.
Yeah, I believe it's also in conjunction with the Can-Am Bash.
It is.
I believe so.
Yeah, that was in talks. I hadn't heard.
I think so. I don't know. It's pretty close. I think I saw it.
Well, let's hope so, because that was a great run. I think that was our highest car count last year.
I think that was the highest car count we've ever had in any
outside
regional
of
race.
King of the Hammers.
Yeah, besides at any regional for sure.
Yeah. That was a great event, and I'm excited to go back there. Team Indiana shows up in full force. What other parks did we miss? Oh, and we're going back to AOP. We've skipped that place for a few years.
And some combo races with Best of the Desert.
Yep, Vegas to Reno and Laughlin for our Ultra 4 USA Championship. That's going to be rad.
It's going to be amazing.
And going back to Roush Creek, Pennsylvania, 2 weeks ago. Man, you're keeping us on a 2-week schedule.
I was trying to keep you busy.
Yeah, well, so far so good. But it was cool to go back to that park. I had never been there, but I've been a fan of Ultra 4 for so long, and the history there was amazing. Will Gentile with Heavy Metal Concepts put together an amazing video, so go check that out as well.
Yeah.
So I think here in about 1 hour we're going to do awards, correct?
Yeah, we got to do some finalizing and write some checks. And
I'll let you do that part.
Yeah. I'll do the heavy lifting for you. Thank you. You're welcome.
It will not be live, but it'll be on social. We'll do some posts and stuff. But thanks again for everybody for tuning in to the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. It's been a great weekend. John, you and the NorCal Rock Racing crew worked side by side with Ultra 4 USA. Obviously, you're both. But, man, it's been a great weekend, and thanks for everything you do behind the scenes because you're a busy guy.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone coming. I appreciate my crew. I appreciate you guys. And we can't do it without the racers. So
100%. And the
keep
fans,
on showing
showed up.
And the fans showed up today. It was like an old Stampede.
100%.
So.
Well, John, always a pleasure. Good seeing you, and
we'll
see you around.
Since 1963, the name Mickey Thompson has been synonymous with pushing boundaries and gaining traction where others dare not venture. Mickey Thompson Tires and Wheels.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Let's meet up at the compound group up.
That's turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, and straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.